Grace,
Oh,
there she is. How are you?
hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. We have had so many people just blowing up the questions feature to try to get a chance to talk to you. You have so many fans here in Nashville and quite
Oh,
frankly around the country. So we are so happy to have you on.
I'm so happy to be here. I miss Nashville so much. I'm going to be back there on Monday, and I absolutely can't wait. Sorry I can't join you with your fat bottom beer. I'm here drinking California rosé, but I would be drinking
Classy.
fat bottom if I was in Nashville.
I think I think when you get here, we will have some of this waiting for you. But in the meantime, enjoy the good stuff out there. You look very classy, and we are very
Ah,
happy to have you on, Grace. So
thank you.
let's just dive right into it, and we'll give a
Do
little
it.
tease to start off with. Um, you're going to be playing some music for us a little bit later on.
Yes, I will play a couple songs for you guys later on, of course.
Good. So make sure you stick around in just a little bit. We're going to get a chance to hear Grace play a song or two. I'm going to feel like I'm getting personally serenaded. But everybody, make sure to stick around. Join us in the comments and let us know what you want us to ask Grace. But I'll start off with oh, there's already a request. Let's see.
Oh,
Please sing Tennessee. Maybe. First
maybe.
first request in there. Good. I mean, you never know. Just shoot your shot. Get the questions. Get the requests in there.
I love it.
Um, Great. So you are a former soccer player turned singer. Well, you probably did a little bit of both playing, but I want to start with your soccer playing career. How young were you when you started playing soccer?
Oh my gosh. I was probably 5 or 6 when I started playing soccer. Got in there at a really young age. But I didn't start playing competitively until I was about 11. That's when I got my first. Back then, it was called Alcafodio. I don't know if it was the same for
What
you.
was it called?
Do you remember it being called Alcafodio? Was like the maybe that was like a California thing. I don't
That
know.
must have been a California thing. We just
Maybe
had
it
like,
was, but it was called Alcafodio. Was like the D1 or now it's ECNL in my
okay,
town.
that's what, okay, yeah, yeah, I know
Exactly.
ECNL.
So
Okay, yeah.
the same thing. Yeah. So I that was my first competitive team. I was 11, and then from there, I was obsessed. I was always a forward my whole life. I never played any other position, and I just wanted to score goals. That was my thing.
All of the glory, just all of the adulation. That's why I liked playing that too as well. And it just grew from scoring goals at a competitive level onto I don't know, playing in front of millions of people week in and week out. Just recently on American Idol, so that maybe prepped you a little bit, getting all the attention as a goal scorer growing up. And you said you started playing when you were 5. Is that right?
Yeah.
So would it be about this age right here?
Oh, nice. Really nice.
Look what we
Yeah.
did. We dug into the
I was
archives.
probably that was probably age. I probably was like 8 or 9 there.
That's
That's a good
adorable.
find
And
there, Jamie.
I
I appreciate that.
dug deep into that one, got all of my sources to give me the good stuff. I won't leave you out to dry because Mama Watson sent me this one not too long ago. There's a little
Oh,
5-year-old
there you go.
playing for the Ninja Turtles back in the day. It was I don't want to brag, but we were pretty good back then. So
There you
no,
go.
no. So
I think that team was called the Sugar Babies. I think that was our team.
slightly better name than the Ninja Turtles. We used to do the one,
I
two,
don't know.
three cowabunga right before kickoff. I think that was not
Wow.
not so scary. What was the sugar
There you
bees?
go.
What'd you guys do right before the games? Did you go like two,
We
four,
did
six,
that.
eight?
You
Who
remember
do we
that?
appreciate?
No, that cheer that was like pump, pump, pump it up. It was like
That's
pump that Mustang spirit up.
there we go. I mean, who doesn't want to play a soccer game after hearing
Right?
that? I mean, I'm
Oh
ready to
yeah.
go
Oh yeah. You
like
gotta
right
be
now.
pumped. Mom brought the orange slices and the Capri Sun halftime snack. Those were the days.
I tell you what, Baby Cat in the comments saying is Baby Grace was an icon, but I would say
Oh,
Grace's mom was an icon for bringing orange
she was.
slices and Capri
Yeah.
Suns.
Yeah. That's right.
That's that's
That's so
awesome. We asked you to get some questions in over on the Instagram story over the last 24 hours for Grace so she could answer it. And we've had a couple of good ones now, and I want to get one of these right away in here because I think one of these are pretty good. It's a question that I saw. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. And I'll make it a two-part question. It says, Grace, you are so good. What singers inspired you to be a musician? And then I'll ask you the second part, since we're talking about soccer, who were
Mhm.
maybe some of your soccer inspirations when you were growing up on the Sugar Bees?
Oh, so I mean, singers inspired me. There's so many. This is a hard question, but I feel like at a young age, I was listening to, I don't know, I liked like the big, powerful singers. Like I always really loved Aretha Franklin. Like Natural Woman has been one of my songs since I was a little girl. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. Like I always loved singing those like really big songs. But then as I got a little bit older, when I was around 9 or 10, I started being obsessed with like the Dixie Chicks and Shania Twain and Faith Hill and Martina McBride. So like those, then it turned like those powerful country singers to me in the 90s were like really big influences on me, really inspired me to not only, you know, sing country music, which is just such a special genre, and it's a storytelling genre, and I love like the lyrics in it, but also just being able to belt those songs out with awesome melodies. There's a lot of inspirations musician wise, but that's what I would say in terms of like, and especially what I am now. Like I feel like that's still true to who I am now. Just love the Dixie Chicks, and the 90s country is like my jam.
And by the way, you don't try to sing Aretha or Mariah or Whitney unless you've got a hell of a voice. And
Oh,
you just went on to American Idol and absolutely crushed Aretha Franklin singing
thank
Natural Woman. Was it? Oh, it's just going to
you.
be just too big. But that was your moment right there. That was when you were singing Aretha, right?
That's it. That's it.
Sorry, we this is
All in.
Instagram Live cutting your head off there. Sorry, this is
Great.
like the best shot I
I
had.
miss being tan like that. I miss that.
You sang Aretha Franklin on American Idol. Tell me that feeling right before you go on stage and sing a huge song like that. I mean,
Well, it's funny
that's a
because I
crazy.
actually, yeah, I mean, Hawaii itself was such an amazing experience. It was so much fun. And, you know, being able to perform on the beach in absolute paradise with the band with American Idol, which is Chris Pooley and the band backing me up, and just like, it was an absolute dream. But I think what's funny about that song is I actually have sang that like all over Nashville with my band. So in Nashville, we play at the local a lot, Doghouse Saloon, Live Oak on Demumbrian, and that is like our one cover song we always play as a band is Natural Woman. And so I knew when I made top 40, I was like, I want to do Natural Woman. Like that would be so amazing to just like belt it out on the stage on the beach. Like that's crazy. And I
Wow.
knew I wanted to like make it, you know, take what my band does with it, which is we make it a little bit country. And it was so fun when I brought that to American Idol, and Chris Pooley and the band, they were just like, yeah, we can make it country. This is going to be cool. And it was so fun to just like create that with the band with American Idol, and then to get up there. That was my honestly my favorite performance of my life, and it was only a minute and a half, and it was like my favorite minute and a half of all time because there's the energy from the crowd. I remember these little girls looking up at me in the front row thinking I was like Carrie Underwood, and I wanted to be like, I'm not. I am like just a normal person. This is like not a celebrity at all. And it was just a really, really cool feeling, and really good energy. So by far my favorite performance ever. It was so fun.
Did the minute and a half seem longer, or did it just like fly by? Yeah, and it sounds
It,
weird, right? It's 90 seconds, so it's 90
yeah,
seconds, 90 seconds, like cutting
yeah.
edge question here. But you know what I mean? From your perspective, was it something that you were taking in the moment, or did it just like you blacked out? Next thing you know, you just crushed it on live TV.
I was trying to take in the moment. I was trying to take in that whole trip, but I get really nervous, and I especially like as it led up to the night of the show, I was getting even more nervous. And but I kept trying to remind myself like soak in the moment, take it all in. This is an incredible experience, and it definitely went by fast. But I also like don't really remember it like clearly. Like you almost like black out because I just like wanted to do so well. And then I watched it back on TV with my mom, and I did not I remember doing the squat on the big note, but I don't remember doing the kick. Like someone commented and was like, was that a volley in the upper V or what was that? And I do not remember doing that kick at all. And so it was so funny watching it back and being like, oh my God, I did that. But anyway, no, yeah, it went by fast, but you're also it's kind of like soccer, when the coach throws you in with like a minute and a half left as a forward and they're like, just press the back line, just press and press. And like, it's like we're up 1-0 and you're just trying to run the clock. You feel like that's the longest minute and a half of your life to win the game because you're like, I just need to make sure they don't get past the halfway line. But that's kind of how it felt.
I mean, you just basically you volleyed it into the top corner in front of I don't know, millions of people at home and absolutely crushed it. And the way you just compared soccer and American Idol, best performance of your life, that's very impressive. I'm blown away for somebody who talks for a living. Yeah, that was a really good little tie in there. Well done. You got a future in this if you want to just come commentate soccer with us at some point.
It's funny. I mean, just so much of what I do with music is I've taken from soccer and being an athlete. I mean, it. There's just
How
so
so?
many.
Tell me about it. How?
Just growing up as an athlete, I was on teams, but you're out there on the field with 10 other people, right? But you each play a role. And so with singing, it always felt like my own thing, my solo thing, but so much of being a player was like taking care of your body, getting rest, like visualizing, especially when it came to college. Like, I feel like college was when I really started to like have to take care of myself because our bodies are getting older and, you're playing so many games and you're training all the time and like weightlifting and stuff like that. And so with music, I do the same thing. Like leading up to Hawaii that month, ask any of my friends and my family, I was on like the most strict regimen. I was like, I was basically on Whole30. I was eating like very clean. I wasn't drinking. I was like doing my warm-ups every single day with my voice, getting a ton of sleep. And honestly, it's the same exact way I would have been preparing for the NCAA tournament or preseason or just a game. Like it's the same type of thing. And so your body is what you do with your body affects your voice, like everything. It's a muscle. So like I've taken so much of that, but also mentally, like even with performing from home, I quickly had to realize, okay, just because I go from singing in Hawaii, like we just talked about with thousands of people, sure, that energy like drives you in the same way in a game. Like when we would play against Stanford at Cal, there would be hundreds, sometimes thousands of people in the stands. And sure, that can give you the energy you need, but if you're away, playing a big game away and you don't have as many people in the stands, or sometimes you only have like your parents in the stands, especially at those random games.
Yeah, right.
You gotta find the energy yourself. Like as a team, you have to figure out like, okay, where do we get that energy from? And like, how do we still bring that same type of, power to this game? And I had to do the same thing with performing from home because I didn't have the band. I didn't have an audience. But I was still performing on the other side of the iPhone camera to millions of people. So it was important for me to somehow mentally be like, it's still the same game. Like I'm still on stage. I still have to give the same performance as I would for 5 people, as I would for thousands or millions of people. So a lot of soccer and being an athlete came into play with music for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's if you could keep going. That was so like insightful to just hear and kind of visualize and how one thing maybe prepared you for another. And it's a unique situation that you and the rest of the contestants found yourselves in this season in American Idol because of everything that was going on. You just mentioned it. Some people, when they go through American Idol experience, well, not some people, every other person that's gone through their American Idol experience has done it surrounded by other people, in the midst of other people, all of the other stuff that goes on for the other 23 hours, 58 minutes, and 30 seconds leading you up to that 90-second performance. You didn't have that for the full time, and you had to dial up these incredible performances from your backyard. I mean, do you think, looking back on this, do you think that made it harder? Do you think it made it easier? I know you don't know a difference, but I'm sure you've followed along like we all have with American Idol over the years. Do you think that not having to walk out onto a stage and kind of that, oh, you know what, realization that this is a huge production, you just went to your backyard and sang a song that you have been crushing for years on end. Was that maybe easier in a sense, or do you think it was harder?
That's a really good question. I thought it was going to be easier, and a lot of us did too. Like when all of us contestants found out, we were like, oh, kind of like pressure's off. There's no like audience, there's no cameras in our face, whatever. But but there was something about that day that I performed Cry, my first song for the top 20 by Faith Hill. And I got the same nerves. I got the same wave of nerves and excitement and adrenaline that I did for Natural Woman that I do for every performance that I do. I always get nervous. It's bad if I'm not nervous. Like even for these things, I get nervous. And I think honestly it was harder because I think what happens to me is I'm nervous, but I get so excited because like I know that there's a crowd out there, or I know like my family's there or my friends are there. And in Nashville, for me, those shows that I do, I'm up there with my best friends who are my band members, and I have my best friends in the crowd who are singing along to my songs and cheering me on. And it's also great because after a show, I can say, "Hey, how did that sound?" And they'd be like, "Oh, you sounded great," or like, "I really liked this song or that song." But with Cry, I only had my mom. And so I was like, "How was it?" And she was like, "It sounded really good." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" You know, you're like, "I don't know." Like, I don't know. And the producers are hearing everything and they're like, "You sounded great." And I'm like, "I don't know." So it was almost kind of missing that validation from an audience that I've always like had, whether it was like singing, you know, in Nashville or even before that when I would sing like national anthems for these big events. And it was always really great to get feedback afterwards. So it was funny. Like, I think it was definitely something I've never experienced before. I'm happy that I experienced it, and it definitely helped me grow because going back to like just having to challenge myself and get myself there mentally. But I think I feel like for some people, they might say it was easier without the audience. I think it was harder.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's interesting.
I kind of went in a circle, but like it's complicated.
But I'm sure you went in a circle a million times over when you're sitting at home and not
Yeah.
having producers around and people that can help kind of walk you through. You're walking on this uncharted territory that you've never been on, you know, on this stage, and this level of visibility, and
Well,
then you
and
just
with the
walk outside to go
contestant,
give the biggest performance of your
yeah.
life.
And with the contestants, like we're all so close too, and it was always so fun, like during Hollywood Week, to get up there and perform. And then you'd hear from the contestants like, "Hey, I really liked that," or like, "What song are you singing?" Like, "I can't wait to watch you perform." And it was the same way in Hawaii. We're all standing there on the beach, like enjoying each other's performances, and that was like such a great part of it. And so you're missing out on that too, like, and that's me being a team player, like the camaraderie of like all the contestants and wanting to support each other. And so we would FaceTime all the time. And like, I had like a FaceTime call with Julia Gargano, Sophia Wackerman, and Louis Knight last night. And we always like catch up and we stay close, but it's good timing on the question. But it's
Yeah, that was my next question. We got it
yeah.
in from little
Yeah.
Jazz, I guess. So keep going. You were name dropping all the people you were FaceTiming
Yeah,
with
and
last night.
just saying that you do miss out on the contestants all being together. But I would say the closest I'm with on Idol, I'm really my best friends are Julia Gargano, Sophia Wackerman, but all of them, I mean, I feel like I'm just closest to them just because I don't know if maybe it's just because we're girls and we're just really good at also just staying in touch with each other, because you know it's harder to stay in touch now that we're not together. But when we were in LA, I was always hanging out with them, and Lauren Massetti and Louis and Francisco. He's from the Bay Area, so him and I have stayed really close. Johnny West, Frank. I mean, there's so many that like we're all really good friends. But I would say like my closest girlfriends are Julia and Sophia.
Getting a lot of love in the
They're
comment
so great.
section. Everybody seemed to love you guys. You seem to have such a natural rapport with the group and with those girls in particular. Really, everybody, to be quite honest. Everybody, keep getting your questions in. Obviously, you get a chance to have Grace answer your questions right here. If you're just joining us, Grace Leer from American Idol, former Cal Berkeley standout soccer player, now living in Nashville, joining us for our virtual happy hour, brought to you by our friends at Fat Bottom. There will be a case of this waiting for you when you get here. You said on Monday you're coming back to Nashville?
Yes, I'm so excited. So this will be my last week at home and just spending a little bit more time with my family. But I'm really excited to get back. My roommate's actually on here right now, Kelsey. She's a huge Nashville SC fan. She's been to like all the games. But I have my roommate back in Nashville, and I can't wait to get back and just to my friends and my band and music and just kind of getting back into that routine again, because I mean, a lot of us, just with the quarantine, we've all had to find like our new normal and like how we stay busy and feel productive. And it's been weird also being back at my mom's, and I don't know. So I'm excited to get back and just kind of get back into my rhythm again.
Now you mentioned your friend Kelsey, was it? Goes to all the
Yeah.
Nashville SC games. Was
Yeah.
she at this game right here where
She
you sang the
was.
national anthem? You've done it twice now. See,
Yes.
that's the worst. The Instagram box is right where you're singing, so it looks like I'm singing the national anthem. I'm giving
That's
my best
okay.
Grace Leer, like, singing.
Yeah,
You
you're right
did it.
there.
No, by the way, you don't want that actually ever. You don't want to hear me sing ever. You did it twice, and you did it back in 2018. I believe in the summer. That was good luck, by the way. It was like a 3-0 win for
Yeah.
Nashville, and then you did it again in March of last year, which is a little over a year ago now. That one wasn't a win, but now it's 1-1. We've got to get you back out doing a
I
game so we
know.
can have a tiebreaker here, and hopefully it's
Exactly.
like
Thank you.
win, loss, win. You can just be the hero again, like you were when you were a player. This time, just being the national anthem singer, you could be the hero.
Yeah. Oh
We'll
my
get you
gosh.
back out.
That was really fun. You guys have seriously always been, and all my friends will say the same thing because my roommate was there, a bunch of my other friends were there, and you guys like treated me like I was a celebrity. You guys put me up in like the box, and it was so comfortable, and you guys are always such a joy to come and sing for. It's really a great experience. We always have so
It
much fun.
Good. That's great to hear you. And you are a celebrity, so you deserve to get treated that way. If we in the comment section should have Grace back out to a Nashville SC game to perform at some point, give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Let us know if you want to hear Grace singing at a Nashville SC game when we can have that safely happen. And
Yes.
also let us know if you want to hear Grace sing in just a couple of minutes at the end of this. So show us some love here, and I think it's starting to come in now. I think you're starting to see that people want to hear more of Grace Leer. They can't get enough. And you mentioned
Love
earlier in the live, you've got some other places in town that you like to perform at. I'm obviously new to Nashville from February. Where are some of the must go to places, whether I'm catching a Grace Leer band concert or just a concert in general? What are some of your favorite venues in Nashville?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, obviously the Opry or the Ryman are the obvious go-tos.
Sure.
Praying someday I will be there in the circle. That is an ultimate dream of mine. But actually the first place that I saw live music, and it was such a perfect place to go, when I visited Nashville for the first time with my two girlfriends, Jill and Stephanie. It was around my birthday, and my friend Stephanie got me tickets to the Bluebird. And that was the coolest experience to sit there at the Bluebird. It's such a quaint, wonderful little restaurant music venue where you'll stumble upon some big time songwriters. And we sat there and listened to some songwriters, and it's just one of those things where they'll be like, oh yeah, this was a hit on, Jason Aldean's record. And and you're like, you wrote that song? Or
Wow.
it's just such an amazing experience. The Bluebird is it's absolutely great. And then another one, I would say the Listening Room is a place I haven't played yet, and I've always really wanted to play there again. It's more of like a writer's round feel. I just feel like if you're visiting Nashville or if you're new there, you need to go see writer's rounds, because that's where like people are really appreciating the music. I mean, Broadway is a blast, and you're going to hear a lot of covers on Broadway, and it's fun. But if you want original music, definitely like the Listening Room, the Bluebird, the Local, and some places on Demumbrian like Doghouse, Live Oak. City Winery is a great one too. I've always wanted to play there. I haven't. So the list of places I want to play in Nashville is way longer than the list that I've played. So we're working on it.
I don't think that list is going to get, I think you're going to start checking those off a lot quicker than you may think so. So I will make sure that I frequent those as often as possible, because I need to get out and I need to see you and your band perform. You had a new song that dropped back in the middle of February, right as I was getting here, going back home.
Yes.
How the response to that? I mean, it's been a massive hit, massive success. What's it like when you pour so much into a song and then to see it received so well, and then you get to play it in front of people? Is that like a
That is,
validation? Is it like, what's that feeling? Try to surmise that for your fans that are like, what is Grace feeling when she kills it on stage?
I mean, the response to all my music honestly has been so great, and I'm so grateful to have Kyle Klaus, who is our story is really funny. We met here excuse me, in San Francisco, and he's an amazing songwriter, and we started off as just, you know, two friends, and he said, I need someone to sing my songs. I'm a songwriter, I'm not a singer. And I was like, okay, I'll sing them. And then it turned into a band, and then we were in Nashville, and now he's getting married back here. He's from Sonoma in July. But he wrote Going Back Home. And I remember him playing it for me for the first time, and I was like, this is a fun song. Like, this makes me want to dance. This is awesome. And I got to like belt it out and sing it. And we actually played it for the first time in Sonoma. And it's so funny to see a video of us playing it in Sonoma to now we played in Nashville. And it's the song that closes out all of our shows, because it is just one of those songs that's just fun. People get up on their feet. It kind of has that really catchy like do 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 do, and it's just really fun. So like, it's one of my favorite songs to sing of ours, and I love when people are singing along to it. And the response that we've gotten has just been so amazing. And it just, music is supposed to make people feel good, and it's supposed to, for me as a singer, I'm always wanting to sing to make people feel something, whether the message in the song is something that's, you know, really hits home to you, or it might be sad or a love story or just fun. And I listen to such a range of music depending on like my mood. And so to hear the feedback from Going Back Home, people saying, can't get this song stuck out of my head. Oh my gosh, my son keeps singing, my 6-year-old son keeps singing the song. And
Oh,
like, it's fun. It puts us in a good mood. Like, that's what music's about. So it feels so good when people are feeling good from the music that I'm making and the songs that I'm singing. So thank you guys for just listening to it and playing it and sharing it. It means the world. And I know it means the world to Kyle too, because he wrote it, and he wrote it to make people feel good. So
that's incredible. I
yeah,
love hearing the story. And it's Kyle's the one that was with you when you did your
my first song.
audition.
Yep.
That's so cool. And I love that you're giving like, you're so gracious in the sense of you're making sure that Kyle was there sharing in that moment. It's your biggest moment, but you're also, maybe that's the soccer player in you coming out, right? Like the team player aspect of you, to make sure that, you know, you kind of acknowledged him in that moment, your biggest moment, where you're seeing Luke Bryan, Katy Perry, Lionel Richie about to say you're going to Hollywood, yet you're making sure that, you know, point out what it means to Kyle as well too. How cool is that journey to get to kind of see the success and succeed with somebody that you work so hard with? Is it fun getting to share that with him, with your family, with your friends? Because I mean, it's been building, but you're now at a level that is, you're a household name.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Kyle has been such a huge part of my music career, and I met him at a time when I was seriously living at home. I was coaching soccer, and it was just one of those moments. I mean, I was 23, and I was like, what am I doing? You know, like, I felt like there was like something else I needed to be doing. And meeting him and hearing his songs, I mean, he kind of like jump started it all for me. And when I found out that I had an opportunity to audition for American Idol, I was a no-brainer. I was like, Kyle, you have to come with me. Like, we have to do this together. And it not only was like a comfort thing, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a team thing too. And he's like family to me. And to have that experience together was one of the funnest memories to look back on, because we drove through the night from Nashville to Milwaukee, and because he had a gig, he's a full-time musician. And so he had a gig. We had to get in the car at 11 p.m. We had to be at the audition the next morning at like 9. And so we drove through the night because there were no flights. And just even that experience alone, like driving through, and I remember like just being so exhausted and so nervous and just being like, I don't want to do this. And he's like, you're doing it. Like, we're doing it. It's going to be great. You're going to be fine. And then when it all happened, I was like, it changed my life. And to have him there for it just meant the world to me. And he's been so great through Idol. And now, I get to go back and we get to work with the band again. But even through all the other phases and throughout Idol, I remember calling him in tears during Hollywood Week, being like, I don't know what song to do for solo round. And I don't know if I can do this. And oh my gosh, like, I'm not going to make it. And he was like always that person to kind of calm me down and tell me to believe in myself and to just go for it. And he's been a very big part of this whole journey. And I know he's going to be a big part of everything from here on out. So
that's
very
so
lucky.
Cool. Yeah, it's awesome. And it's great to get to hear your story again. If you're just joining us, Grace Leer, former soccer player at Cal Berkeley, American Idol top 10 contestant, joining us here. And in just a minute, we are going to get a private performance right here. If you're in the live, you get to see Grace sing right now. We asked you earlier, drop some songs and that you want to suggest to hear request. I'll be like your hype man, your DJ here. I'll be like, give us your requests and we'll see what we can play for you here. If you have a couple of minutes to spare, would you be up for it? So I want to leave you with one last question though, since I did talk quite a bit about Nashville SC with you, but I didn't ask you this one specific question from Alex. Alex wants to know, what is your favorite thing about Nashville SC?
I kind of said it before. I mean, you guys just as an organization have always been so wonderful with me, and you've taken such good care of me with just allowing me the opportunities to come and sing for you guys. But I also just love the fans. Are you kidding me? Like, I remember, because I had, I think I hadn't just moved to Nashville. I think I had been there for a year before I had the opportunity to sing for you guys. And I just remember I remember it was my first game I had been to, and I remember going and being like, I remember my dad being like, I wonder like how many people you're going to sing for. And I was like, I don't know. Like the Sounds games usually aren't that packed. Like, I don't know if the soccer games will be. And I was blown away by the fans and just, oh my gosh, that's probably the best part. It was so fun. And as a player, you know how much that means to you to have fans. And so it was really cool to not only get to sing for them, but just to watch how much the fans are involved with the team and just a huge part of the whole thing. It was just really cool.
Well, you crushed it that night singing in front of your fans. And if you are, or both occasions, and if you're up for it, you want to crush it again for your fans that are here in the live and sing a song for us?
Yes. Of course.
All right.
Whoa.
So
where'd this come from?
Oh, what do we have here?
Weird. Super weird.
Here, let me grab my guitar for a duet. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna ruin the song.
I'm not gonna ruin that. So we had some requests in the comments. I know you've been browsing over it. I'll leave it to you to decide. What are you feeling? You talked about songs give you some kind of emotion. Mm-hmm. What emotion are you feeling right now? What do you want to sing for everyone here?
Yeah, so I wanted to sing a song that it was actually the first song I wrote when I moved to Nashville with Kyle. And it was kind of one of those days where we were both really homesick. And I moved to Nashville really not knowing, I didn't know anybody. So I didn't know if I was going to like it. I didn't know if I was, going to do well or just fall on my face. Like I really didn't know. And so Kyle and I started writing a song about just really not knowing how long we were going to be there and how much like Nashville, meant to us and kind of changed us. And we were going after these crazy dreams, not knowing what was going to happen. So we wrote this song together called Tennessee. So someone had brought it up earlier. I play it on my lives all the time. And to be honest, it's because it's a song I know well on guitar and I'm not that great at guitar. So I've been like trying to get better at it. But so I'm going to play that song for you guys. It means a lot to me and it's not released yet. So you guys are getting an exclusive, it's not recorded or anything. So I'm going to play that for you guys. And I just really appreciate, what Nashville has done for me and Nashville SC. You guys have been so amazing and supportive, not only before Idol, but, during it and now. And it's just, it means a lot to me. And I appreciate everybody being on here to listen. So yeah, this is Tennessee. This morning I made coffee just for one. I pinched myself till the black top ends. If all your lovers will turn into friends, the window's filled with tears. I tell myself it's a couple of years, but I won't know until I do. I hope I'm still in love with you. The rearview mirror, I see my face. My life's been scattered all over the place. State by state, mile by mile, I try so hard to flash a smile. Through my fears and memories, I want you to know you're always with me. I won't always be in Tennessee. I used to be just fine, staying at home all alone. A glass of wine or two, your sweet, sweet voice on the telephone. But now those Broadway nights, those lightning bugs and them neon lights have got me dreaming even more. There's a blazing fire on my mind's back door. The window's filled with tears. I tell myself it's a couple of years, but I won't know until I do. I hope I'm still in love with you. The rearview mirror, I see my face. My life's been scattered all over the place. State by state, mile by mile, I try so hard to flash a smile. Through my fears and memories, I want you to know you're always with me. I won't always be, I won't always be in Tennessee. This morning I made coffee just for one.
Wow.
Thank
Incredible.
you. Thanks.
That is remarkable. I mean, your voice is ridiculous. Show some love in the comments. Give us your emoji that that made you feel. I'm like the hand clap. Yep, that's me right now. We need an emoji for like a standing ovation because that's remarkable. Your voice is incredible.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
mean,
it.
and it's not like every other voice you hear out there, right? Yours is you have a different take on country music. You have a different sound, and it just it's remarkable. It's compelling, right? So
That means a lot. Thank you.
I'm gonna remember this moment when I'm gonna be able to say I remember I caught a live performance on IG Live before you won't even take an Instagram Live with me anymore because you're so big time. This is really awesome of you. Thank you for doing this, Grace. This is really, really cool. And that song you said is not released. Is there any plans to do that?
I hope so. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I think everybody in the chat agrees with that. And again, the song that is out now, "Going Back Home," was released back in February. Where can you get that? If I wanted to, just say when this live ends and I want to go buy it like 60 seconds afterwards, where can I do that?
Yeah. Going Back Home is available everywhere. So you can get it on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, all that stuff. So yeah, go listen to it. It's out there everywhere.
There we go. Awesome. I'm so excited.
When the bars are back open, you can hear me sing it live when everything's back open in Nashville, which I cannot wait for.
Everybody has been saying that in the comments. We cannot wait to see you sing that live. And I don't know.
Hi, Dad. My dad's on here. Hi, Dad.
Ah, there we go. Papa Leer's in the room.
Buzz Leer. That's him.
There he is. I'm sure Mama Watson is in the room as well. I'm sure your dad's probably just like my mom, always finding a way to sneak in and you were great, even if like I would have, I don't know, stuttered the whole time. She'd still lie to me. That's what parents do, right?
True. I know.
Lift you up.
After the finale, I went live and my dad was on it, and I was like, you know what, whatever. And so I brought him onto my live, and he got so much love, and they were all like,
was he the one you did this to?
Yeah.
Did he get the little rascals?
High sign. Yeah.
Yeah. The Little Rascals.
Have
That
you
was like
seen,
my
do you
favorite
know
movie.
Little Rascals? Yes. I got so many questions about what that was, and I'm like, it's Little Rascals, guys. Come on,
Yeah.
it's the nice time.
It was it Alfalfa, was it? Is that who it was? I don't can't
Yeah,
remember, but whatever. It was like this
yeah.
little cute thing. Yeah, it's adorable.
I
Whatever,
love
just
that line.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
I love the Little Rascals. So
That's
funny.
awesome. That's so cool, Buzz. That's awesome. Buzz got that personal
That
shout out in that
buzz.
big moment. Well, I know we've kept you a little bit longer than promised. You done? Do you want to play one more? What do you want to do?
I can play one more.
You'll give us
I can
one
play
more to
one
take
more.
us home?
Yeah, yeah. I'll
All
play
right,
a
what's this
cover
song?
because oh, my dad just answered. It's Spanky, Rascal
Spanky,
Flatts,
that's
or
right.
Little Rascals. Thanks, Dad.
Buzz, you're a good man. Just coming through in the
Coming in
clutch.
clutch. He
We
knows his
needed that.
movie. Hi
Um,
guys. Sorry, I keep getting. I like had these comments not off. Hi everybody. People are just saying hi. I just want to say hi back. Hi K Bug Braz. Hi guys. Okay, awesome. Because I like it covers my face, so I like moved it. Okay, I will play a little cover to send you guys off. And again, I appreciate it. And this is one of my favorite 90s country songs, Heads Carolina, Tails California. So if you guys know it, I can't hear you, but you better be singing along. Baby, what do you say we just get lost? Leave this one horse town like two rebels without a cause. I've got people in Boston, ain't your daddy still in Des Moines? We can pack up tomorrow, tonight let's flip a coin. Oh, heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer, up in the mountains, down by the ocean where it don't matter, long as we're going somewhere together. I've got a quarter, heads Carolina, tails California. We can load what we own in the back of a U-Haul van. Couple modern day Moses searching for the promised land. We can go 400 miles before we stop for gas. We can drive for a day and then we'll take a look at the map. Oh, heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere green, somewhere warmer, up in the mountains, down by the ocean where it don't matter, long as we're going somewhere together. I've got a quarter, heads Carolina, tails California. We're gonna get out of here if we've got to ride a Greyhound bus. Oh, we're bound to outrun the bad luck that's tailing us. Oh, heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere green, somewhere warmer, up in the mountains, down by the ocean where it don't matter, long as we're going somewhere together. I've got a quarter, heads Carolina, tails California. Oh, California, Carolina, California, yeah, oh yeah.
wow. Incredible.
Thanks.
You
Guys.
everybody's just blown away. You hit those notes, and you might be the best singer into an iPhone ever to ever walk there. You did it on American Idol
I guess
and
I've had a
crushed
lot
it.
of practice with American Idol, yeah.
And
Well,
you did it
thank you.
again
That
here
really
tonight.
means a lot. I
Twice for
really
us.
appreciate it.
We are very, very grateful for that. Thank you, Grace.
Of course.
You absolutely crushed it. You were a pleasure to chat with. We want to say thank you so, so much. I always like to leave the guests with the last word. So anything you want to say to your fans, to anybody that might be watching this, whether live or when they go back and watch it on IGTV. Anything you want to say?
Hi, Lauren. I can say this thing. Say hi to Lauren. Hi, Lauren. I want to say just thank you. You guys have been so incredible, and I started Team Grace right before the top 21 thing, and it really comes from my soccer background. So I just love being able to chat about soccer and music and how much they relate, and just how much being a soccer player and being an athlete has, really transcended into my music career and my singing career. And I just want to say thank you, and I'm just so grateful for all the support from people that were supporting me before Idol, during Idol, and I know you guys are going to continue to support me after, and it just means a lot. And I can't wait to get back to my Nashville family, and just thank you. And I got some questions too about just on this live, and just kind of about advice I would give to young soccer players or even young singers. And honestly, it's just go after what you love. And if it makes you happy and you love it, just do it. And fear is a big thing, but just don't let that creep in, and just go after things that scare you, because honestly, the reward is so amazing. And I remember being so scared to, I don't know, jump into those championship games sometimes, those nerves that came about, and the same nerves that I got before my American Idol audition. And I just want to say, go for it. And don't be afraid of, failing, because it's only going to make you grow and make you better. So, yeah.
Well, you are the epitome of that. When you went on American Idol, I think it said your occupation, technology sales to go with it, and a singer. Well, no longer is that, because you are all in, 100% singing full time.
Yes.
You are doing exactly, you're practicing what you preach. So you are living, breathing proof that if you love something, if you want it bad enough, go for it. And that's what you're doing. You've been doing it for a very long time, and we cannot wait to see what the future holds for Grace Leer, for the Grace Leer band. And make sure you go and get the song that's out now, Going Back Home. We hope to see you soon. Grace, thank you for your time tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much,
Jamie.
everybody.
I really appreciate you having me, and the Nashville SC. Becca, you guys are just amazing. I appreciate it.
Becca's the best. We love you here at Nashville SC. You are always welcome whenever you want to a game. Everyone in the comments, thank you so much for making this so fun and interactive tonight. And I have a feeling we'll be seeing you very, very soon, hopefully at a game. If not, probably just, I don't know, like on the Grammys or something. So, all right.
Yeah, right. Thanks,
make sure
guys.
you follow along. If you're not following already, at Grace Leer Music, go follow along. She is Grace Leer. I'm Jamie Watson. Thank you, everyone that joined us tonight. Grace, we'll see you soon. Take care.
Jamie, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
I love you guys. Bye.